much higher.
Oh,
The
yes.
smaller type of stuff. There's always gardens, always water, electrical, fencing, walls, gates, motorcycle gates, garages, that sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
That is way down.
Yeah. Sorry, your name, sir? Rudy. Rudy makes a very, very valid point. On that type of property, it's not just the naked returns you're looking at. Very often, this category is not a sectional title kind of property. It is what we call a conventional title, which means you own the land. Whom of you know the difference between sectional title and conventional title? The attorneys present here, you're not allowed to answer. You're obviously an attorney. Or you work at the deeds office. Yes, ma'am.
I'm not an attorney like you, but typically is with the freehold or conventional title, as you said, you own the land. So you have to pay the rates and
That's it.
by sectional title, you own a piece of the land as such. So you don't really have to complete all the maintenance. Normally sectional title is really complex, so your levies normally covers all your maintenance. And at least you can buy it.
Your name, ma'am?
Nirvana.
Nirvana. I believe we've met before.
Yes.
In Durban?
No,
Yeah, okay. Yes, sir.
On top of that, on the sectional title, you have a body corporate that is always looking after the properties plus the shared services.
Supposed to, yes. Yeah, all of you are right. It's actually pretty damn straightforward. In respect of conventional title, you have a township register. In respect of a sectional title, you have a scheme register. In respect of a conventional title, you own the land, the actual land. Sectional title, the body corporate, Nirvana, Rudy, owns the common property, not the individual, the body corporate. The body corporate is made up of all the owners. You own the following. This is a, let's say this is a 9-inch wall. This is actually not, this is an 18-inch wall. But if this was a 9-inch wall, what is it in centimeters? You see there I demonstrate my age. There you go, you're obviously a developer. Ah, there you go. 110, which is the length of a brick, am I right? 220. So the width of this wall is 220 millimeters. From the middle of that wall in a sectional title, 110 millimeters, to the inside, from 110 in that wall, 110 in that wall, this one, all of it to the inside is yours. The 110 on the other side belongs to your neighbor. Middle of your floor, the concrete floor, is yours. It belongs to your neighbor below you. The roof in a sectional title does not belong to the top story people. It belongs to the body corporate. So it is a significant difference, but it is still ownership, property rights. Now what happens is if you have the inclination to invest in conventional title, we all now know the difference. If you invest in conventional title properties, in that category, it means 99 out of 100 times you're going to pay on your own, exclusively, for the tax in respect of that piece of land. Sectional title, you will share that municipal tax responsibility with the other 200 owners, or 199, or whatever it might be. The insurance will be exclusively your responsibility. In a sectional title, you will share that insurance premium on the buildings with the other owners, etc., etc. Do you see the difference? It also means maintenance, security. All of it is for your own exclusive account on a conventional title, whereas you share all of this in a sectional title. That this makes sense. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why we as property investors invest 9,999 times out of 10,000 in sectional titles. Your return on a sectional title is simply that much better because of all of this. Your management of your property is so much easier. Good. If we look at the next one, what we see here is really important. Top, this is fourth quarter 2015. Demand for rentals, and we took 3 areas over and above the national average. Ladies and gentlemen, let me caution you immediately. The national average is misleading because with statistics you can prove almost anything. So that's why we take specific areas. Keep in mind, with national, it includes areas like Koekenaal and De Aar, etc., etc., and Pofadder and Piet Sonder Water. And that skews your figures completely. Which, by the way, whom have you invested in Pofadder? Or in Maatjiesfontein? Or in Gansbaai? Who invested in Gansbaai? They're not here today. Okay, what happens is this. The demand for rentals. In other words, people who want to rent a property. Nationally, at the moment, this is even higher now, is strong. National 73%, eThekwini 72%. eThekwini is your valley. Actually, Sandra, yours. This is where Brindle Mews is, isn't it? Johannesburg's almost 71%, Tshwane 73.33%. Now, what is interesting is the supply, the available properties in those areas is only average. 50% of all demand. eThekwini 56, Johannesburg 49, Tshwane 61%. The supply at the moment. Keep in mind, Tshwane, you have the Tshwane University of Technology, you have University of Pretoria, I think it's called now, still, etc., which means an exceptionally high demand, but also supply because of student housing. So that skews it a little bit. Now, what do we know from this? Many of you heard from Bianca and I think, Rian, I think I told you yesterday as well. We don't choose properties. We don't buy properties. We look at who our ideal tenant is. So for those of you who have heard this 3 or 4 or 5 times already, we look at who our ideal tenant is, and it's the following. Mr. and Mrs. with children, preschool and attending school. Mr. and Mrs. earn salaries. They get pay slips. Sorry, Andrew, they're not self-employed. And they buy their car with a bank loan. When we say that, it means the following. It is somebody who has a stable environment. It is somebody who will not rip out the light fitting in your property tonight, kick in a door, and go and sleep on a park bench because he has little ones. It might be that his wife kicks in the door because he's been to the pub, and it might be that he's going to sleep on the park bench because of that, but his family will remain where they are. Now, over and above that, it also tells us something else. This ideal tenant is somebody who wants to live close to work, close to transport, close to hospitals, schools, magistrates court, high court, shopping centre, the shop at the corner. Because that's where they go. They take their children to the creche, to school. They collect them there. They have to travel to and from work. That's the tenant. Once we have identified our tenant, we buy a property that provides in the needs of this particular tenant. Where do we find these properties? Not in Piet Sonderwater. We find it areas of Durban, East Rand, Johannesburg, Midrand, West Rand, Centurion, Pretoria, and that's about it. And have a look at the numbers. The numbers do not lie. Now you understand why I say I'm not interested in seeing my investment property. I couldn't give a damn. Because does it make sense? And that's all that I'm interested in. And these are the realities. What are the realities? During this economic